Hey y'all, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this really easy snowman ornament using ornament balls and some socks. Now, this is a really good idea for people that are trying to make a whole bunch of ornaments at once, or if you have a group of kids, like at a school or a daycare, and you just want to sit down and make a fast little something with them. This is a really good idea for that. So anyway, hold on and I'll show you how to make it. Alright y'all, let us get started. First off, what you're going to need, Christmas ornaments. These are just round ornaments. Supplies are getting kind of scarce, and I didn't have any plain round ornaments, so I just went to Walmart and I grabbed these. But I would suggest using the plain ones, you know, the clear ones that you can find at Dollar Tree. That way you don't have to pay $7 for a 4-pack like I just did. But anyway, and you can see about the size of these. You can use whatever size you want. That's just what I grabbed. Now here I have this 3-pack of fuzzy socks. This came from Walmart, but Dollar Tree carries these fuzzy socks as well. And what we're going to be doing is, you know what, let's do the striped ones first. Let's set these off to the side. And then basically what we're going to be doing is just taking these ornaments and putting down inside the sock. Now I don't think this end is going to come off, so it should be okay. I'm just cramming this down in there. I'm trying to keep the little hanger part and trying to keep that up top. Okay, so now we're just going to smooth this down. And I don't want to pull it too tightly because see, then you can see the ornament through the weave there. So let's see what we've got going here. Okay, now to tie this off, I'm going to be using a zip tie. And why is my package? I don't even care. I'm just going to cut the daggone thing open. Let's see, which way do I want to be the front? It really doesn't matter. So you can feel the little nubby part in there where the hanger is. And I'm trying to use that. Well, that's going to be the front, Amber. You need to turn it around. I know that. Okay, so let's just tighten that down a little bit right there. Trying to make sure I'm not over that little nubby thing. Okay, so now we're just going to tighten that down. Now, you don't have to use zip ties if you don't want to. You can use yarn or, you know, floral wire, whatever you have. Why am I using the scissors for this? I don't know. Okay. And now we have this. And I'm going to be cutting this off because we're going to use the other sock to make the hat. And I know you're saying, oh, that's a waste. But these ornaments are fairly large, and you're really not going to have that much of a space for the hat once we cut this off. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. Okay, so now we have trimmed that off, and now you see the little nubby thing right there? I cut that silver string off that was on it because it's not going to be long enough. Once we get the little hat put on, it is not going to be long enough. So you can use a piece of ribbon. I need to sharpen my daggum scissors. That's what I need to do. You can use a piece of yarn, you can use ribbon, you can use whatever, but I'm just going to use a scrap piece of yarn and thread it through. Okay, so I threaded this yarn through there, and I'm not going to trim this off yet because I don't know how big and poofy I'm going to make the hat. Okay, and you're going to see what I'm talking about here in a second. And you want this to be long enough so that it can stick out of the top of the hat and, you know, you can actually hang it on your tree. So now I'm going to use this plain gray one here, and we're just going to open it like this and put it on top. And now let's see about how much we need to cut off of this. See, I'm bringing it down the back a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to cut that, tighten that down there. And then let's see. I'm just going to, I'll cut the toe off right there. So let's do that. Just going to cut this toe off. Camera cut off. Sorry about that. Okay, so now we have the toe part cut off. Let's put it back on here and see about where I want to start cutting the fringy part. You'll see here in a second. Okay. So now I'm going to gather it right there, and I want to cut because I want this to kind of fray out sort of like a pom-pom. I'm going to hold it right there, and I'm going to cut down to about right here, and that's going to make our fringe. So I'm going to take this back off, and I'm just holding it with my hand there. Let's see if these scissors are any sharper. I have all of these scissors, and they are dull. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. So now I'm just going to cut all the way around like so to make this sort of fringe. See, like that? Okay, so I will cut all the way around, and then we're going to give him a face. Okay, so this is all nice and fringed out. Now we're going to take our string here and feed it through there so that we can make our hanger. Where did you go? Aha! Okie dokie. Now let's put his hat on. And we'll put that on before we start doing the face so that we can see about where to put everything. Where is the cuff? Here we go. Okay. Now this is the heel part of the sock. You see how I'm just kind of pulling that down around the back of his head? And it helps to keep it on. Okay. Get our string here, and there's the little nubby part. So now I'm going to take another zip tie, and we're going to just zip tie around here to hold everything in place. Okay, let's feel there. It feels okay. Now a smaller little skinny zip tie would be optimal, but this is the only ones that I have. So that's what I'm using. Okay. So as that hangs up, this can be like our little pom-pom part. I should have cut that down a little bit more, but it's okay. I'll go back and cut it some more here in a second. So it can hang up like that. All right, so now let me get some stuff out of these bags and we will make a face. Okay, so this is just a piece of orange felt, and out of that felt, I cut a triangle, and this is what we're going to use for the nose. So I'm going to put the nose on first before I draw anything on here. There we go. Let's see. Let's put that right about there, and I'm just going to use some hot glue to stick that down. Careful. Now, if you're doing this with kids, you know, of course, use something like fabric glue, you know, something like that. Okay, let's stick that right there. I have to adjust his hat. There we go. Okay, now I have this Sharpie marker, and I'm just going to draw on some eyes. So that's pretty easy. Or, you know, you could glue on some buttons. You could use some puffy paint, you know, like the puffy paint that goes in the little squeeze tubes. That would be easy for kids to use. Okay, let's put his other eye. Watch this thing turned out like all sorts of cockeyed. Because like my arms are like stretched out over this table. All right, so there's some eyes. Why is there fuzzies on it? No, watch me draw on myself. Watch that. That's what we need. Go away! That is clingy as my ex. All right, so now we're just going to take this and let's just make some marks on his nose here. It'll look more like a little carrot. Like so. Okay. And then we're just going to draw on the mouth. I'm just going to do dots. All right, so there's our little snowman. And I wish that I had some socks that were, you know, like of a higher contrast. Because this gray is blended in with the other gray. But, you know, like I said, we're getting close to the end of the season. And there's not a whole lot of selection out there. But anyway, I want to jazz this up a bit. Now, where did that gold cording go? Here it is. Now, this right here is completely and totally optional, of course. But I wanted to do a little extra something, something. So I'm just going to take this and glue it around the edge of his hat. Let's see, where is the edge here? So I'm just going to start at the back and glue this around. And I'm going to do that all the way around the edge of his little hat. Okay, so I did that. And now I want to wrap a little bit of it around here. And that's going to help to hide that zip tie Let's glue that down, and then I'm just wrapping it around. And I was going to replace that piece of yarn with this, but this is so thick, it's not going to go through the hole that's on the top of that ornament. You know, you could glue it down in there if you wanted to, but that's an option as well. So I'm just going to hold this right there. And then I think I'm going to call it done. Okay, and there we go. See, you can't really see that, but it just covers up that zip tie. But how cute is that? Now I'm going to make another one with these other socks, and then we will take a look and see what that one looks like. But yeah, I think this is pretty daggum cute. I just wish I had different colored socks. But anyway, let me work on this other one right quick. All right, so here is a plain one with no gold cording. That one's cute too. I like both of them. I don't know. I like both of them. But anyway, there you go. A really simple and easy craft that you can do with your kids. Anyway, I hope you like this. If you would, please give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye!